Welcome to Learn with Amine. At the end of this video, you will learn how to programmatically solve for the problem container with most water. So we will be using Python programming to program this particular problem statement. So in this, we are given an array of integers which is named as height and it is of length n. So that means there are n elements and each of the element is standing for a vertical line that is drawn such that the two endpoints of the ith line are I comma 0 and I comma height of I. So it basically means that it is a parallel line to the y-axis and it is ranging from 0 to height of I. So that means the height of the line is height of I or the element itself. So if the element is 8, so that means the height of that particular element is 8. And find two lines that together with the x-axis it forms a container and the container area is the maximum. Return the maximum amount of water a container can store. Notice that you may not snap the container. So basically the height for the input height equal to 186254837. We will be diagrammatically representing it in this form. Now if you look at this, okay, now if you are assuming that this element, 0th element and the last element, it is going to form a particular container, then it can form the container of a very small height which is equal to the height of the first line. So that means when we are considering a container, whatever is the minimum height of the two sides, so that will be the actual height and the length will be the distance between those two elements. So we are going to calculate the area is equal to minimum of this and this line and the distance between these two. Okay. In the similar way, if we are considering these two lines, okay, then whatever is the minimum, that would be the height, and whatever is the distance, that would be the distance. So if we multiply both of them, we will get the area. And in such way, we are optimizing for the area so that we want to find out the maximum area. Now, if you can observe here, whatever is the smallest among the left line and the right line, we will be shifting that line towards the center. Okay. Now for the first case, this was smaller than the last line, so we shifted it towards here, like we incremented. And now if we consider this and this line, then we'll be shifting this line to here, and then we'll be calculating the minimum of this height multiplied by the distance. So this we need to do it programmatically and we need to run this thought process in our mind. I don't like to use pen and paper because we do not get much time in the interview to solve this problem. So we need to solve this in our mind itself. Okay. Now let us start our program right away. So let us define a class solution and let us define a user defined function maximum of area that is going to take an argument of height. So height is an integer array, so that means it contains array of the integer values, and here we are talking about the positive integer values as given in the constraint. So it is ranging between 0 to 104. There are no negative values over here. Now this program we are going to solve by using two pointer method. Okay, in two pointer method we'll be taking a left pointer equal to 0, right pointer we will be initializing it to the length of the height -1. Okay, and we are going to define a variable where we'll be storing the value of the maximum area, so that is maximum area equal to 0. We need to initialize it to some value, so we initialize it to 0. Now, ultimately, we are going to return the maximum area variable that will be storing the maximum area, correct? Now, we will be using two-pointer approach in order to solve this problem, as I have previously told you. Now, we also want to uh, so basically we want to use the left comma right pointers. So I will be doing while left is less than right. So during that point, what is actually the area? So I have explained the area would be right minus left. So this is basically the distance, and the height would be the minimum of the heights. So that is height of left comma height of right. So this is the minimum height. So this is actually the area. Now how to maximize it? So we will be doing maximum of area is equal to max of the current area comma max area. So this would basically maximize the area. Now during this we also want to increment left and right, and as I have told you, we will be incrementing or decrementing left or right based on the height values. If height of left is less than height of right, then we will be shifting the left in order to move it towards the center. So that would be left minus equal left plus equal to 1. Okay, and otherwise, we would be moving right towards the left. So that would be right minus equal to 1. So we are decrementing the value of right. Now to think of this problem, we are iterating over the length of the array, and we are doing that only once. We do not have two loops, one inside the another. So we have the time complexity as big O of n, and it is not big O of n square. This is big O of n. And the space complexity, we are not using any extra space. We are just storing one variable max of area. So that would be big O of 1. So that is the space complexity. In order to find out the output, we are going to use the object. So object equal to class. So here the class name is solution. Then we are going to define an array height. Let the values be 1 comma 8 comma 6 comma 2 comma 5 comma 4 comma 8 comma 3 comma 7. Okay, and now we are going to print the maximum area. So for that, we'll be using the object in order to access the user defined function and pass the argument to it. Now, if we run this, we get the output as 49, which is basically, if we consider the second element and the last element, the distance between them is 7, and the minimum of 7 comma 8 is 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. That is the output or the maximum area of the water container. So this completes our program. If you like this video series, please comment, and I will be making more such videos. If you need any help, please connect with me. Thank you, take care, and bye bye.